Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we are diving into one of the most talked about and least understood weapons shaping modern naval warfare, Israel's Blue Spear missile, and why many analysts believe a single system like this has the potential to control the entire Mediterranean Sea. When people think about power in the Mediterranean, they often imagine massive fleets, aircraft carriers, submarines, and thousands of sailors spread across different nations. But modern warfare has changed that equation completely, because control no longer depends only on numbers. It depends on reach, precision, intelligence, and the ability to strike first without being seen. The Blue Spear missile represents this new reality, where a compact land-based weapon can challenge even the most advanced naval forces, shifting the balance of power far beyond Israel's coastline and into one of the most strategically important seas on Earth. The Mediterranean Sea is not just water between continents. It is a lifeline for global trade, energy routes, military logistics, and political influence, connecting Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa in a tight strategic space where every movement is watched and every advantage matters. For decades, controlling the Mediterranean meant deploying fleets and maintaining constant patrols, but systems like Blue Spear introduce a different kind of dominance, one based on denial rather than occupation, where enemies are discouraged from entering certain areas at all. At its core, Blue Spear is a long-range, sea-skimming, precision-guided anti-ship missile designed to strike high-altitude naval targets with extreme accuracy, even in heavily defended environments. What makes this missile so significant is not just its range or speed, but the way it integrates intelligence, surveillance, targeting, and guidance into a single, highly reliable strike capability. Blue Spear was developed through close cooperation between Israeli and international defense industries, combining Israel's deep experience in missile technology with advanced European naval requirements, resulting in a weapon optimized for the complex and crowded Mediterranean battlespace. Unlike older anti-ship missiles that relied heavily on simple radar guidance, Blue Spear uses advanced sensors, multi-mode navigation, and sophisticated algorithms to identify, track, and hit targets even in the presence of electronic warfare, decoys, and countermeasures. This means enemy ships cannot simply jam or confuse the missile and expect to survive, because Blue Spear is designed to think, adapt, and correct its path in real time. One of the most important aspects of Blue Spear is its ability to fly extremely low over the sea surface, often just a few meters above the water, making detection by ship-based radar systems extremely difficult until it is almost too late. At such low altitudes, radar horizons shrink dramatically, giving defending ships only seconds to react, and in modern combat, seconds are often the difference between survival and destruction. The missile's range allows it to be launched from far inland or from concealed coastal positions, meaning enemy naval forces may never know exactly where the threat is coming from, increasing uncertainty and psychological pressure. This uncertainty is a powerful weapon on its own, because naval commanders must assume that every stretch of coastline could hide a Blue Spear launcher, forcing them to operate further away or invest heavily in defensive measures. In the Mediterranean, where distances are relatively short and coastlines are densely populated, this creates an environment where freedom of movement is severely restricted for hostile fleets. Another key factor is precision, because Blue Spear is designed to hit specific points on a ship. not just cause general damage, allowing it to neutralize critical systems such as command centers, radar arrays, propulsion units, or missile launchers. This level of precision means even large and heavily armored warships can be rendered combat ineffective with a single hit, changing how navies think about survivability. The missile's guidance system can be updated mid-flight, allowing it to adjust to changes in target position or respond to new intelligence, which is crucial in fast-moving naval engagements. This capability also enables Blue Spear to cooperate with external sensors such as satellites, drones, maritime patrol aircraft, and coastal radar systems, creating a networked kill chain that extends far beyond the missile itself. In modern warfare, the weapon is only as powerful as the information feeding it, and Israel has invested heavily in intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities that make systems like Blue Spear extraordinarily effective. When combined with real-time data, Blue Spear becomes more than just a missile. It becomes the final strike in a much larger system designed to detect, track, and destroy enemy naval assets before they can pose a threat. The Mediterranean is especially vulnerable to this approach because it is a relatively confined sea with limited maneuvering space and many choke points such as straits, shipping lanes, and coastal approaches. Any navy operating in this environment must assume that it is constantly being watched, tracked, and potentially targeted, which fundamentally changes strategic planning. For Israel, Blue Spear provides a powerful deterrent, signaling that hostile naval forces approaching its waters could face devastating consequences long before they come within striking distance. Deterrence is not about using weapons. It is about convincing adversaries that using force against you would be too costly, and Blue Spear plays a central role in that calculation. Even the knowledge that such a missile exists and that it can reach far into the Mediterranean forces potential adversaries to rethink their strategies, routes, and objectives. This is especially important in a region where tensions can escalate quickly and where naval forces often operate close to one another in contested waters. From a strategic perspective, Blue Spear contributes to what military planners call anti-access and area denial, a concept designed to prevent enemies from entering or operating freely in a specific region. By deploying Blue Spear along its coastline, Israel can effectively create invisible barriers that hostile ships must respect, even if they cannot see them. This ability to deny access without constant patrols reduces the need for large surface fleets and lowers operational costs while maintaining a high level of security. It also allows Israel to focus its naval forces on other missions, such as intelligence gathering, patrols, and cooperation with allies, knowing that its coastal defenses provide a strong protective shield. Another important aspect is survivability, because Blue Spear launchers can be mobile, concealed, and dispersed, making them difficult to locate and destroy in a preemptive strike. This means even a technologically superior adversary would struggle to neutralize the system completely, ensuring that the threat remains credible even during prolonged conflicts. In the Mediterranean, where air superiority and naval dominance are often contested, this kind of resilient land-based capability offers a significant strategic advantage. The psychological impact of Blue Spear should not be underestimated, because naval operations rely heavily on confidence, predictability, and control. When commanders know that a highly accurate, hard-to-detect missile could be launched at any moment from an unknown location, their willingness to take risks decreases dramatically. This hesitation can slow operations, disrupt plans, and create opportunities for diplomatic or military leverage without firing a single shot. From a technological standpoint, Blue Spear reflects Israel's broader defense philosophy, which emphasizes quality, innovation, and integration over sheer numbers. Rather than matching adversaries ship for ship or missile for missile, Israel focuses on developing systems that maximize effectiveness through smart design and advanced technology. This approach is especially well suited to the Mediterranean, where space is limited and precision matters more than volume. Blue Spear also highlights the increasing importance of cooperation between different branches of the military, including naval, air, cyber, and intelligence units. A successful strike with such a missile depends on seamless coordination, accurate data, and rapid decision-making, all of which are hallmarks of modern Israeli defense doctrine. As naval warfare becomes more complex and technology-driven, systems like Blue Spear represent the future, where battles are decided by information, algorithms, and precision rather than brute force. Looking at the bigger picture, the presence of Blue Spear in the Mediterranean affects not only military planning but also political dynamics. Countries operating naval forces in the region must factor Israel's capabilities into their calculations, influencing alliances, deployments, and diplomatic negotiations. In this way, a single weapon system can shape regional behavior, not through aggression, but through the credible threat of defense. It is important to understand that controlling the Mediterranean does not mean occupying it physically, but rather having the ability to influence who can operate there and under what conditions. Blue Spear contributes to this influence by creating zones of risk that adversaries must respect, effectively extending Israel's defensive reach far beyond its shores. As technology continues to evolve, missiles like Blue Spear are likely to become even more accurate, harder to intercept, and more integrated with autonomous systems and artificial intelligence. This raises important questions about the future of naval warfare, where traditional surface fleets may become increasingly vulnerable to land-based precision weapons. For now, Blue Spear stands as a clear example of how a well-designed system can punch far above its weight, reshaping strategic realities in one of the world's most contested seas. In conclusion, Israel's Blue Spear missile is not just another piece of military hardware. It is a symbol of how modern technology can redefine power, deterrence, and control. By combining long-range, extreme accuracy, low observability, and advanced guidance, this single weapon has the potential to influence the entire Mediterranean security environment. It shows that in today's world, controlling a sea does not require dominating it with ships, but understanding it, monitoring it, and being able to strike decisively when necessary. If you found this breakdown insightful and want more deep explanations of modern military technology and global security, make sure to stay connected with the channel, because we will continue exploring the systems that are quietly shaping the future of warfare.